Hello, I'm William Gallagher. This is the 58 Keys Writing Workshop set of videos. I tell you I happen to write something and then you, please, disagree with me in the comments. Got to be a conversation, otherwise pretty pointless, really, isn't it? Trying to think of a point there. You saw my mind blank for a second. What is the point of me gassing on? I could just do it in front of a mirror. We're writers, we talk. We both get it as well. Yeah, you know what it's like when you're talking to family and friends, fine people that they doubtlessly are. If they aren't writers, they don't get why we do this frankly daft thing, but we have to. It's in us, we've got to. So let's you and I have a talk since we get it. Talk in the comments about, in this case, accuracy in novels. Well, also accuracy in scripts, in short stories. Can you have an inaccurate poem? I wandered lonely as a marshmallow. Yeah, can't touch poetry. Love reading it, can't write it. Here's the point, should you bother being accurate? You're writing away about something, you're deep in the heat of the moment, you've got the characters at each other's throats, it's all really, really tense and gross, and somewhere in there you make a mistake. One of them throws a sausage sandwich at the other, and every reader goes, yeah. They didn't have sausage sandwiches in the 14th century, or at least not ones with ketchup. I recently went to an event by Lee Child, the thriller writer, and he was explicitly talking to somebody about this. I was actually in the queue to get to meet him, so it wasn't a part of the event, and it wasn't something that I heard the entire conversation of, but I kind of earwigged a bit of it. And he was saying to somebody, he was advising them on a problem, a concern they had, and he pointed out that okay, yes, there will be a reader somewhere who knows that. Oh, the example was that there is no particular type of petrol station, gas station in this particular very specific part of America. Okay. Everybody else, he says, will not know, will not care. Off you pop. Don't worry about it. Now, I think he was reassuring them particularly, so he might have been being nicer. I mean, if it was something I should have asked him. I should have asked him for you, and I didn't think of it. But I think actually, based on certain other things he said actually in the event, that is how he sees it. He did definitely talk about striving to be accurate on certain points, but he also doesn't worry about it when he isn't. I'm a bit more of a worrier on that side. I mean, I see his point, and he's Lee Child, you know. Could there be a more successful writer than me? Well, yes, just, you know, let's list them. We haven't got that much time. My concern is always not expressly with the accuracy, it's with anything that takes someone out of the story. It is so hard to get someone into your story, whatever it is, just so hard. And then when you've got them, to willingly throw them out. Like, I've actually blanked on the name of a particular author, and it's probably a good thing that I have. Let's say I've chosen to blank on this name. There is a famous writer who is famous for writing novels about time travel, and I am utterly obsessed with time, and I cannot get through these things. You know, lots of reasons. The writing style, really, you know, everybody's writing style, everybody's taste is different. I just can't get beyond the fact that this writer is telling me things in a certain way. I can't get into her stories for it. But there was also a thing set in a particular place. Does this give it away? No, Second World War. Everybody writes time travel in Second World War, it's fine. There's one where it was describing something in London in the Second World War, and I knew it was wrong. I'm not a Londoner, I'm not massively keen on London. I like the place, I like the work, I don't know why I'm not a fan, but it's not my first choice of place to go somewhere, and I might well have read the history of bits of it, but really, no. I'm in no way an expert, and still, I knew this was wrong, and God, did it bother me. I think that is actually, I mean, there have been things building up to that point, but that's when I thought, I've had enough. Put it back on the shelf. I did try it again a few years later, got it off the shelf, and then put it back again at actually the same spot. Accuracy is one thing, throwing people out of story is another, but let's focus on accuracy. How can you be accurate? You could already know, but there's a problem with that. What you think you know about somewhere could be totally different to what I said somewhere then, let's go with that. My description of the town where I was born would be, will be, must be very different to someone living there now. So am I right? Are they wrong? No. It's just, do I have to specify that this memory of mine is from this particular time period for it? I mean, it gets a bit tedious, doesn't it? The following is only applicable between September and October, whatever. Also, just factual accounts of things. What caused the fire that did something? Well, if you're actually the person who set it, you might think, well, what caused it is that they did this to me, and so I responded. If you're the police, you could think, well, that's the thing that got me a promotion when I found out who did it. All sorts of things can go on that I think you would unfairly be listed as inaccurate for not covering, but you would be marked for it. So knowing it already is probably not enough. I think you're just going to do it if you know it anyway. But the second thing is to go to that place, if it's a place, go to someone who does know. Obviously, read. You're saying internet to me now, aren't you? Yes, okay, but and not only okay, I would do the same, but carefully. Multiple sources, definitely not an AI search. Use an AI search to start pointing in the right direction of something, but I mean, AI can even get dates wrong. If I said to it that I did this once, today is October 1, whatever it was. What was the prompt about it? It was something to do with what was happening in the next few days. And it said, well, since today is October 1, 200, not 2200, this isn't going to happen. It's just, no. Maths, dates, facts. I've had it tell me, it was for free, so let's not get carried away here. I bought a particular Jane Austen book that I weirdly didn't already have because AI told me page this had that reference. Did it hell for it. So, internet is a massive resource. There are incredible things on there, but you have to be careful about accuracy. You have to do due diligence. That's the phrase I'm groping towards here. As a journalist, I'm taught to do at least 2 sources on everything, preferably 3. You do the same thing. In your fiction, if you're trying to establish something factual, it's so much easier if you're just writing fantasy, isn't it? Now I understand why people write fantasy. Problem with 3 sources, though, is that at least 2 of them are going to disagree. People, what can you do? And then the next thing you can do is, well, it's more, again, about primary sources for something. Find an account of what really happened and then use that for it. And you can hear it in my voice. Part of me is thinking, isn't that the same as just asking people, researching it on the internet? Isn't a bit of me thinking that's a bit boring? At some point, you got to tell your story. I need the story to be told honestly. I don't believe that I would ever write a story in which, I'm trying to give an example here. I'm British, we have a royal family. Name me somebody in the royal family, the Queen. Okay. I would never write a story in which I chose to say the Queen was mad keen on white chocolate. If she wasn't, I've no idea if she was. This is a rubbish example, but you get the idea. I would never choose to make a mistake. I can see well where I might want to emphasize different things. At least she liked chocolate, even if it was white chocolate. Plastic. But I wouldn't invent something totally new for it. And yet, actually, as writers, isn't that what we're supposed to do? Where is the line for this? Well, I think it comes to the point where you throw readers out. And Lee Child is right. Of course he is. Not every reader is going to get thrown out of the story, because not every reader, by any means, any reader, is going to know that something isn't right. But you know. It's why I have a problem with historical fiction. A lot of it has to be made up. If it isn't made up, if it isn't written, it's like a chronology list. The Queen ate white chocolate on the 5th of December, instead of the Queen was forced to eat it. But I don't know, after I've read a historical novel, what was actually true and what was made up for it, and that bothers me. I have the same problem with, what's the term? There's a term for kind of creative non-fiction. That's it. I need to know which is the creative bit, which is the fiction bit. I might be a bit fixated here, but let me be fixated. All your readers are. I'm sure you are in some way, but you also need to be what I'm sure you are, which is an honest writer. You know, you are doing this for good purposes. I just think along the way, you need to be careful about accuracy. So, I really don't think you can disagree. Well, obviously you can disagree with me, duh, but I don't think you can persuasively disagree with me about that. But what I'm certain you can do is tell me how you approach these things, how you solve the problem, how you keep the reader in the story, hopefully by being accurate or whatever other way. If I could name an example for you, I wouldn't need you to tell me about it, but I do. And it's what the comments were invented for. So, see you in there in a bit, but in the meantime, thank you very much for watching. Now take care of yourself, eh? Write more. It's so important. And I'll see you soon.